So what's up, everyone? You're welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about a very interesting question that I know a lot of students out there, even professionals out there, or aspiring students and professionals out there have to ask. And that is, should you study alone or in groups? Should you study alone or in groups? So before I go in, I am Nurse Jonathan Nzebuka. I am a registered nurse, a registered midwife, and I am a tutor. And so being a tutor, it means that I have the experience to have observed a lot of students out there, even when I myself was still a student. To be precise, a student nurse. I've struggled with this, and from my own personal experience, or will I say from my own experience, I'm going to be giving you gems. I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of each of these categories. Of the first person who studies alone and the person who study in group. Study groups and study alone. So we're going to be talking about that. All right. So before we continue, if you know you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button because it will mean a lot to me. I'm still growing. It's been a while. I've been putting out videos on my YouTube, and yet we are still far from 1,000 subscribers. So please, if you are seeing this video, why don't you go to YouTube, continue watching this video if you are not on YouTube. But before you continue, click the subscribe button, all right? And if you're on YouTube, please do the same. You are really helping the soul here. All right. So first of all, before I answer this question, I'm going to tell you the truth. When I was a student, I fell under one category. Amongst these two, I fell under the category of students that studied alone. This was my category. Yes, I studied alone. Now, I did that for my own personal benefits, all right, because I observed a lot of things. My personality traits, my temperament, my style, how I understood easier, and some certain factors, all right? So now let me tell you the benefits of each of these two. Now, studying alone. What is the benefit that I personally observe when it comes to study alone? The first benefit is that when it comes to studying alone, you are moving at your own pace. You move at your own pace. Now, what do I mean by you move at your own pace? It means that no matter how fast or slow you understand, when you are studying alone, you are not pressured to study faster or to keep up with any other person. You are doing things at your own pace. Even if it takes you an hour to understand a particular subject, a particular paragraph, a particular topic, or a particular course, you take your time to understand. And by the time you are done, you would have benefited a lot because you're going by your own pace. The second reason why studying alone is so good is because you are less distracted. You are less distracted. Yes. Now, when you are studying alone, the real truth is that there are no individuals around you. Someone might not just start, bringing up unnecessary topics or making up a joke that gets everybody laughing, and before you know it, 5-10 minutes is gone. Now, I'm not saying in the case of what they call it, jokes and fun. I'm not saying that it's exactly wrong. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when you study alone, there's a very low chance that you get distracted. If anything is going to distract you, it will be you yourself. Whatever you do, probably bringing out your phone, probably getting lost in thoughts and all. So yeah. The third reason that studying alone is good, according to my own understanding, is studying alone helps you understand your study style, helps you understand your study style. Now, what do I mean by when it helps you to understand your study style? Now, yes, this encompasses some things or more than one or two things. All right. Taking, for example, when it comes to study style, when you study alone, you understand one, your strength and weakness. Are you the kind of person that can study during the day, or are you the kind of person that can study during the night? Secondly, it helps you to understand how long you should take to study before you understand, how long it takes before you can rest. Okay? It helps you to understand, um, you know, your strengths and weakness when it comes to subject areas. Okay, whatever you are focusing on. So you see, there are still many more reasons I could list out when it comes to studying alone. All right? And well, will I say studying alone too allows you time to do deep reflection? Yeah, let me just add it there. When it comes to the fourth reason, I'll put it here. Number four would be it allows you to reflect. Yes, when you study alone, you reflect on what went wrong and what went right. It helps you to work on whatever it is you observe and whatever it is, you know, you should be doing some homework on, especially on yourself. Now we are done with talking about for those that study alone. Now, what are the advantages of studying in groups? Now, one of the most, or will I say, one of the most well-known reasons studying in groups is advantageous, or can be, let me use the word, can be advantageous, is that you are held accountable. You are held accountable. Accountable by your friends, accountable by your study group, especially when you guys share topics amongst yourselves to cover. Speaking of sharing topics, the second reason why study groups are awesome for those that do it is that you tend to cover more subject, even though you cover more. You cover more, or will I say you understand more. You understand more topics. Yes. Because during group study, you have friends that understand a different topic, especially when you're doing group, discussion. That group discussion will help you. You talk about your own subject, what you've read. Another person is explaining, another person explaining the other topic in ways that you guys understand. If you guys are very good at dispensing your knowledge, you tend to cover more subjects. All right. Number three, study groups, help you with friends that can help. Yes. I'm not going to talk about friends that can help in the examinations center. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I mean, friends that can help you, especially when you are overwhelmed. At times, you might be so tired and drained and overwhelmed that you cannot keep up. If your friends are understandable, or sorry, will I say if your friends have deep understanding and empathy, they will be there to give you words of encouragement. They will be there to, reassure you that they are there for you, that you can take some time to rest. They will explain it better to you. And whatever other ways they want to help you. Study groups is really advantageous. So what other way can we think about that study groups are great? Well, I believe those who have done study groups, they actually have more reasons. But one other reason why I think study groups, you know, can be great is one other reason I believe study groups can be great is that they help cover your weak points. Yes, they help cover your weak points or weak areas, if that's how you want to understand it. They help cover your weak areas. Now, this could be when you guys are doing group discussion, okay? This could be, them discussing about subjects you don't really understand, you don't have solid grasp on, and it will help you to focus on what is more important. You know, it could be many things, but I know that study groups usually help with all that. All right. Now you've seen the wonderful reasons why study groups are awesome, including studying alone can be awesome. So you see, each of them have their own pros. Now, this is we talking about the pros of both categories, those that study alone and those that study together. So someone will say, okay, sir, how can I determine what works best for me? Well, I'm going to tell you how you can determine what works best for you. Now, the way you can determine what works best for you is by patiently trying both out. You could try studying alone, and if it does not work for you, you could try studying in a group, forming a group of 3, 4, or 5, depending. You can even form a group of 6, even more than that, and join them in studying. You guys should hold yourselves accountable at a particular time. You guys should go together to study and see what works best. Now, that's that. Now, what about the cons of studying alone? What is the con of studying alone? Now, the first con of studying alone is you have more work to do. You have more, sorry, you have more work to do. Yes. As opposed to those that, study in groups and have the advantage of friends who study more than they could cover and still explain to them. You, on the other hand, have the responsibility of doing all the work yourself. So another, I noticed that my video paused, so I'm going to continue from where I stopped. All right. This is the reason why you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your friends so that at least we would see a little bit of income at the end of the day to be able to support my YouTube channel. All right. So that I can be putting out quality videos like this for you. So yes, I've written out a lot of things, but I advise you follow. So I stopped that you struggle alone. Yes, that is one of the cons of, studying alone. um you don't have friends to be there to tell you, oh, you got this. You don't have anybody to talk to, because there's a chance that when you study alone, you tend to be the kind of person who thrive when you do things alone. Probably you are introverted, probably maybe because of past experiences you choose to be alone. Who knows? But the truth is that whenever it is you are going through a lot of shit, it's unfortunate that you would have to go through it alone. I know some of you enjoy this because, like, I want to be strong and all, but like I mentioned earlier, but it's not so good. You understand? Yes, being strong is good when you're alone, but you need some people in your life. The third reason why it is that you are going to, you know, the disadvantage of or the cons of studying alone is you have no one to hold you accountable. Yes, when you're studying alone, you're on your own. Nobody to be there to look at you. Maybe when you fall asleep, probably accidentally, nobody is there to warn you. Oh, you are sleeping. Please wake up. We have work to do. And nobody will be there to tell you that, oh, you are not studying as hard as you can. And that is going to cause you trouble. So that's a con. And the last is that you might not be able to reach your full potential. Now, what do I mean by you might not be able to reach your full potential? Now, let me give you an instance. If you are studying in a group, The chance that you're going to see another person studying about, maybe you study about, let's just say you study at max 1 hour, your friend is still pushing. You see them, they're still studying to like 3, 4, 5 hours. There's a chance that you're not going to give up. You're going to study harder. And secondly, is that when you study in group, there's a chance that, something you don't really understand, when you ask a question for your friend to teach you, you easily grasp it. You reach your full potential faster. But on the other hand, when you're doing it alone, you struggle more, you take more time to understand, and there's a chance that you might be thinking you are very good. Meanwhile, you are a local champion in your own space. I'm not saying you compare yourself with anybody, but sometimes looking at what other people are able to do, you could use yourself, or use by yourself, raise the benchmark a little bit for how high you can go. So that's the con. Those are the cons, for studying alone. Now, how about studying in groups? Well, I gave about 4 reasons, but you can see 3 here. The first disadvantage of studying together or studying as a group is that you are easily distracted. Yeah, taking for example, you are studying and somebody like, God, do you remember that time when you were kicking the ball and you fell on the ground and everybody will start laughing? Or you remember that time a madman chased you while you were on your way to school? Or a thief wanted to steal your property and all of you scattered inside the bush. The next thing you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes is gone. Now, I'm not saying that there is a problem with making light-hearted jokes. No, you are not too serious. It's not going to always be too serious. Laugh from time to time. It eases you. It gives the brain hope so that it will not fry itself. So, but the chances of being distracted is really, really high. That's the simple truth. You might even be reading and you see your friends sleeping and they are drooling. everybody, everybody will laugh. So, yeah. And number 2 is that you may be intimidated. Yes. As earlier, I mentioned that you might be able to read for like 1 hour. And the next thing you see your friend reading for 8 hours straight. I've seen people like this. In fact, I've seen 12 hours. I remember years ago, someone once told me that she could study 8 to 12 hours straight, non-stop. And as at then, I was struggling to study for 20 minutes. How do you think I felt? 20 minutes, 12, 8 hours. We are talking about, she's dealing with hours, I was dealing with minutes. Or more. So, well, that is it. So you might be intimidated, but here's my advice to you. As at the time I felt this way, I had already accepted the fact that there are some individuals that are very good. So all I needed to do was I asked, how was she able to do it? And I came to realize that there are some people that through years, probably their parents pushed them, through years of repeating the same exercise, they got so comfortable with studying for hours and lasting longer and easily assimilating. So you, on the other hand, you cannot compare your day 1 to somebody's day year 12. It's not possible. So yeah. So instead of allowing yourself to be overly intimidated, why don't you use that as a learning period in your time, in your life, to get better? But still, yeah, the chances of you being intimidated, imagine studying 1 hour, someone is studying 8 to 12 hours. When you want to sleep, you're still seeing someone opening their eyes like headlights, still studying. So that's that. So number 3 is that you might not reach your full potential. Now someone will say, but sir, you are contradicting yourself. Of course not. I am not contradicting myself, on this side of you not being able to reach your full potential, it is when I'm saying you should be studying with a group. At least you'll be able to know that there is room for improvement. Somebody might tell you that there's where you should work on. And someone might equally be able to explain to you. All those things fall under studying alone. These are like when it says you don't have people to be there for you to compare yourself, to see how, okay, this is best, this person is doing this way, and this is how this, I don't think I'm doing enough. I'm not saying comparison is good, no, but at least sometimes looking at what the person is able to achieve and looking at what you can achieve can help you raise the benchmark a little bit. But don't be unrealistic. Don't always compare your year 1 to someone year 10. It's not good. But on this side, when I said something about you might not reach your full potential, what I mean is that because your friends might be able to cover for your weakness, your excesses, you might not be able to have time to work on those weak points. And the very day you find yourself separated from your friend group, whether by life, by an invigilator, by a teacher, or by a problem, then you will realize that there are so many loopholes that you were just, or will I say, so many cracks in the wall that you were just using paint to brush over instead of handling the deep crevices in that wall. So there is work to be done. So yeah, when you study in groups, there is a chance that you might not reach your full potential. So what is the advice? The advice is that on these two sides, I'm going to give you the advice later, don't worry, when I'll talk about what you should do. Now, the fourth reason that I didn't put here is that the fourth con of studying in groups is there is a high chance of you guys having serious problems, severe problems, quarrels that has a tendency of ruining friendships. I've seen it happen to people, friend groups. I've seen it happen a lot. I have even somewhat experienced it to an extent. Yes, it happens. Probably one person is not studying hard and always rely on other people. Probably you notice that your friend is performing better than you, despite you putting in more work. It could lead to jealousy, it could lead to envy, it could lead to many things. And so you see that sometimes when you study in groups, there's a chance for problem. But when you're alone, the chances of you having such unnecessary problems is not there. I studied alone most of the time in school, you know, and although I had a group that is me and one other person or two, but we didn't have that much that problem as that. The higher the number of individuals, although depending on the number of people, but the higher the number, the higher the chances of problems. Even the lesser, even if you are three, there's a chance that one person is going to default in one way or another, or the other two might feel cheated, or one might feel cheated, and so problems will erupt, quarrels, and the next thing you know, that friend group has scattered. So yeah. So now this will become the question for some of you. Some of you may ask, so sir, what should be the best? Should we study alone or should we study in groups? My advice, test the two and find out what works best for you. Yeah. Test both and find out what works best for you. If you know that you have more strength, you have more understanding when you study alone, you are less distracted, yes, study alone. But then try to have friends that have similar mindset or goals with you, so that you guys, at least from time to time, can come together to study together on some difficult subjects or teach each other on certain things. Now, if you're the kind of person that thrives in studying in groups, why don't you try equally studying alone whenever it is you're no longer with your groups? I have noticed something about high achievers when it comes to those academics. They thrive when it comes to studying in groups, and they equally do alone reading. And there are some that do alone reading and are not biased towards studying in groups. So when you see your friend doing more than you because you guys study together, I want to let you know that that person might be doing more work when they study alone, or they might have a technique that they're using. So don't feel bad, but try to learn from them. And if you're that kind of friend that gatekeep, if you're that kind of person that gatekeep techniques to being better, stop that thing. Stop it. Repent. Change your ways. It's going to help you, because life does not stop there. Gatekeeping can only take you so long or so far, because somebody is going to catch up. And when somebody catches up and that person has, the key to your success or to you being better or growing in a particular field or, a particular endeavor, if that person finds out, that person would not give you that thing you are looking for, because they notice your selfishness. So don't do that, okay? Don't gatekeep. If you're that kind of person, stop doing that. Change your ways. And don't always think that giving things out is going to make you more successful. Yes, because life is not always fair. But at least when you do things like that, it increases your chances of people liking you for something wonderful. Yeah. So, well, this is all for today. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you hit the like button? Hitting the like button, clicking that like button on my YouTube channel is going to allow me to reach more people. Okay, it's good to help us to grow. Look at, we are just 400. My TikTok is about 31,000 followers. Can you compare? Same with YouTube and every other place. Wherever you see me, please just search on any social media platform you find yourself. Search Nurse Jonathan Nzebuka so that you can follow me or like my page. But on YouTube here, click the like button, comment that you enjoyed this, and don't gatekeep this video. Share. click that share button. There's a share button there. Click the share button so that it can reach your friends, so that they can watch and equally say thank you very much for sharing. They might not tell you thank you, but still, God above is saying thank you for doing that, you know. And me myself, I'm telling you thank you for sharing this video. Please share the video, and most importantly, subscribe. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It's going to help me grow, and it's going to encourage me to put out more videos, because when I'm putting out videos, even if I am enjoying putting out videos, the simple truth is that it can take me so far, but when I don't see results, it's difficult. So you leaving a comment, liking and sharing this video, equally subscribing to my channel, encourages me to put out more content like this. I am Nurse Jonathan in Zebuka, and it is my job to shape the future of healthcare through knowledge.